looking incredible recently. Last time they played, though, all the way back in Winter Regional 2, went 4-0 to Team Queso. So let's see if Giants can get some revenge.
We got the Giants in the orange, Queso in the blue. And here comes Atomic through the sky, dropping it onto the ground, and Samway now with an open net in front of him. If he can just put it through, and it looks like he will. That's goal number 1.
That's a nice, easy start to the day for Vodafone Giants. You'll take the nice, clean whiff from your opponents, trying to put the pressure on you and take that ball all the way to the house.
This is just a simple push forward, and then, oh dear, our third man missed. So open backfield there, Giants. Gonna strike first. Demensa, the outside, Atomic, trying to put it over the top of Steak here, and he'll set it up for Zamway, who doesn't actually touch the ball, so Steak has to rotate out. VK Salen, Demensa in the midfield here. Advancing across one, and now looking to pass to each other. Steak to the sky with 2 players in tow.
What?
A pinch to the goal. Zamway gets the second one.
What? How does this even work? I mean, Steak, he basically has no control at this point. He's just staying with the play, but Zamway is right there with him, and that ball on that challenge pops straight down. So Zamway making the big read.
A big read and a little bit of physics luck going in their direction. They'll take that one. They'll be up by 2 here in the first minute. Can they make it 3? Steak puts it nearly on target. Atomic to the outside. Mensa bumped high. Atomic's going to chase with this one. VK Salen in the midfield, looking for this opportunity. Pushes it high. Demensa chasing this. Zamway and Steak now. Having to just play lateral play right now. Both teams struggling to really get fully behind the ball. And they're just having to opt for, well, I can't make the best touch, so I'll just make the touch I can because it's better than completely missing. At this point, just taking advantage of what's given to them. Struggling to get around to the other side. I feel like both teams, the ball keeps kind of bouncing from wall to wall instead of backboard to backboard.
Also feels a little sloppy from both teams here at the start, not really having the clean lines to the ball and having to make some weird adjustments for him. Atomic with a chance to get one back, and Demensa, I mean, he kind of just popped this one back into the middle.
How does this go? Zamway and Demensa again. The strange pinches of giving out passes and goals for both sides now. A 1-goal game again at 3:21. And well done to Queso to be there to capitalize on that fortunate positioning.
And it's funny, I was just talking about having to make some weird lines to the ball, but Atomic, as soon as that one was kicked mid, he was right there for it as Demensa coming back across his goal line, able to make a save. Pass to VK Salen, met by Steak, and things should slow down for a moment.
Demensa setting up in goal as the Giants offense moves forward. Demensa now setting up Atomic, upper 90, they block it enough and get it out. I can't believe it. What a stop, such detailed control there from the Giants defense to keep that one out of the net.
And the poise from Steak as well. I mean, that could have gone any which direction, and when it's hovering on your goal, what? How did Atomic not reach that? I didn't think this was going to be a problem. Okay.
Tachi setting himself up, and then, oh man.
Oh,
what a touch!
I mean, Itachi, you're right. What a touch is right, because, I mean, even watching that again from the defender's perspective, I mean, he sees it coming. It's hit with surprising power from such an awkward angle, and it gets over him.
Yeah, power usually the problem in that situation. That's what puts it off the crossbar or above the goal. But
or just rips it down.
Yeah, it's just enough to put it underneath the crossbar and fast enough to be difficult to reach. Well done. Up by 3 now, Giants with creative offensive pressure. And this one looking like a boring infield pass by comparison. Here's Itachi trying to wrap it around, and he sets it up for Steak, who's never going to miss that one. 4-1, Giants trying to run away.
Yeah, they're kind of cruising at this one. Demensa, that's not a bad trap. The only problem is he didn't continue that push towards the middle of the field. He tried to take it up the wall and ended up driving it right into the oncoming Giants players. So not the best game in the world here for Queso in game 1. I think a couple of things. Zamway, for one, making some of the greatest reads you'll see, and this one is going to be another one. Is Steak able to capitalize on an awkward save attempt where the ball just didn't get clear? So you can pretty much write game one off, I think.
I appreciate Demenza trying to get back to that. And he actually does get his bumper on the second shot, but the forward momentum into his kind of loose, I'm just lofted here. Physics gonna dictate the offender wins. And now up by 4. At this point, just hoping we get a little bit more, just getting that more on the board for Queso, I think, the name of the game.
Oh,
just putting something on. Nice to break up a little bit of the momentum that's being built. And here's an opportunity. Atomic gonna take to the sky. VK Salem looking for the defender. He's off the corner. No, Atomic gets the defender himself.
Now that's money. Look at the boost control. He's still got 20 as he's just following that play. And how about sticking him to the wall with that one? That's a great air dribble, Atomic.
Season 8 Grand Finals Justin right there. That was beautiful. Stage and Atomic go for it on the kickoff, and now a 3-goal game. Still more or less out of reach, but I don't know. Crazier things have happened in the last few days. We had like 15-minute overtime or something. Tachi in the midfield, VK sailing to the outside, and Demenza chasing this to the corner. Nice bounce. VK sailing and Demenza playing kind of the same ball. They're playing the same role, means there's not enough of a structure in the offensive positioning to stay aggressive, but with 1 minute remaining, getting some stylish goals for the road. Can they get one more here? Zamway with a clear down the field, and there might not be anyone back if Atomic can't reach it in time, and he'll get back just enough to make it hard for Steak to shoot it straight at the net. And we'll get it away. But game 1, a little bit of pinball, it felt like at the beginning, that just happened to go Giants' way, and then some creative shots to put it firmly out of reach. I'm expecting a little bit more of a regimented game from game 2 as both teams feel acclimated and ready to go.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. A little pinball, and sometimes you just get that nasty roll or kick. And it definitely seemed to favor Giants here in this one. But at the same time, you got to give a lot of credit. I think the Giants are definitely winning that midfield fight for the majority of game 1 as well. And it may have picked up here at the end. A cheeky little backflip shot from Demenza. Indeed, going to get the job done with 3 seconds left, but ultimately futile.
This was a pretty shot. That was...
Talk about a changeup. Oh, Tachi just got stuck on the post.
Man, do you remember the season like 1 through 4, I think, or 1 through 5 RLCS intro?
Yeah.
With it had the Venom coming off the wall and doing this like crazy double backflip shot. And I've for years I've said I just want to see that shot happen in RLCS. That shot's never happened. That was about the closest. I feel like that was the closest I've come to seeing someone like actually do like a full-on backflip shot in RLCS. But Vodafone Giants able to secure this one in actually, I would say, more dominant fashion than the scoreboard even represents here.
Yeah, I think this one felt pretty comfortable for the Giants. It was out in front early and never really let Queso back in. A couple of nice plays from Queso got back in the board, but I think game 2, you're really looking for Queso on equal footing to start off strong. It doesn't even have to be necessarily getting the lead early or anything like that. You just don't want to see them make some weird miscues and give stuff up for free. And I mean, look at Itachi. You're hitting shots like that. It's just like, wait, what? And then Zamway is making reads on pinches straight into the floor to score a goal. And it's like, all right, fine, whatever. You can have game 1.
Game 1 was the epitome of don't close your eyes, don't blink when watching Rocket League, because there is any touch could be a goal. Here is okay, both cheat ups drive past the ball, and Itachi will shoot, and the third man misses. So there's goal number 1 in game 2.
Oh, what were we talking about? Don't let it, don't let things get out of hand weird. Well, I mean, Atomic thinks he can get to that ball, and he sees Itachi a split second too late, tries to adjust course to maybe give himself an opportunity at making the save, but talk about the timing on hitting that one. He just kicked it off the floor, and that's a great shot, to be honest.
I mean, in Atomic's defense, he could reach that ball. He just didn't. So
yeah,
they'll let through goal number 1, and we'll see how they bounce back here as here comes full pressure. Zamway into doubles. The Demenza will get that away, and now VK Salem and Atomic looking to get it out, but Atomic doesn't have any boost, so he's not able to chase this at all. VK Salen and Demensa now with a little bit more of the tanks will put the pressure on, but VK Salen attacking from a strange angle here, and Atomic now going to get caught in the midfield. Giants are just going to pressure him. Samway above the backboard stake. He's got to. No, Demensa gets there first. And that won't be that will not be goal number 2, but VK Salen now looking for the demolition. He'll get an Atomic. No way! He lost control!
Talk about everything going perfectly. You have Demensa make a great recovery on the backboard to take away a 2-goal lead for the opposition, and then your transition touch is a little heavy.
Rough, especially when you had the blocker downfield to get the demolition. Yeah, you couldn't hold on to the ball. It was the simplest part, but sometimes that's the hardest part. Here's more pressure. Tachi comes down. Dive bombs for the save. On what's been quite a bit of pressure while we were talking about that last attempt. Queso definitely putting it on. Defense off the backboard again. We've seen this before. Samway now infield pass to Itachi. He's going to try and put it to the far post and gets the block on both of them for goal number 2.
Talk about Itachi picking this one off from Demensa. I mean, he just sees that Samway is going to intercept that touch, and look at him. He gets a little vengeance. Says, yeah, I see getting pushed on the air dribbles. I can do it too.
I would love to see that goal again. I think he bumped Atomic, who bumped VK Salen. They both were up for that, but
he definitely bumped one. I don't know if they hit the one in the back, but he definitely put one.
Excited to go back and see that one again later. But my goodness, here's Demensa in the midfield. Atomic's gonna close on this one up against Samway, but it gets through, and now VK Salen, nice spawn. And he'll block one shot, and there's enough power that State can't reach it. Now Atomic with a lot of boost. He might be able to get over the top of Samway, and he does for goal number 1.
Rarely do you see just the vanilla air dribble able to beat the defense. Samway here, he's pretty low on boost, so that's why he decided to make his stand where he did. He knew that if he tried to continue to keep pace with it, he was going to fall too far behind. So caught out of position, not enough in the tank, and got punished.
It was that final touch, though, that put it just barely over the top. It was a very well-executed air dribble.
Yeah.
That way forced him to be perfect on it.
True.
Now Demensa through 1, looking for 2. Stake off the backboard. Puts it away, and Itachi's up, but VK Salen, nice power, and into the goal. Tie game.
I got to watch that one from Stake's perspective. That one kind of just slipped through the cracks on him, I think. He's got no boost at this point, and it's actually Samway who thinks things are going to go a little bit differently, so not Stake's fault. Just different expectations for the Giants there, and proven very, very wrong.
Right here at halftime, game 2. This time tied up. Game 1 had gotten out of hand already by this point. And it looked like we were on pace to do that again with Giants getting the first 2 goals, but nice rally. Queso brings it back. Demensa and VK both up for this one. VK rotating back. Miscommunication here from Team Queso.
Man.
But we've talked about this team before, thriving on the chaos, finding a way through.
Man, I gotta say, I am impressed with Team Queso's smoothness on defense. I mean, they have to make a touch, and they are right back into the mix in an instant. They've got great recovery on some of these touches coming at them from Giants.
Demensa, wow. That's the dumbest save I've seen in a long time, but well done. Itachi to the far side, and Samway's going to try through this one. So many players piled up. Stake versus Atomic. They'll pinch it out and get a moment to breathe here on where that ball was just like rolling like at a walking pace right next to the goal line for so long.
Ooh, what do you do with this? This is awkward, yeah. VK Salen trying to take an air dribble with no boost in the tank, and that's really where you question what your motives are for being up on offense. Are you just trying to buy a little time for your teammates to come help support you, or are you trying to force something? And actually, one way or the other, this could be good. Demensa drops it down. He's looking for Atomic, and that buys time for the defense to get back, but it doesn't matter. The goal line splits, and there's a lead for Team Queso.
All 3 defenders go, oh no! That is whoop!
Oh no!
Rolls in!
That is panic to a T.
Oh. Yeah, then that's Queso with the lead now. The chaos thriving on it here in game number 2. Looking to tie up the series as Itachi's going to try and chase this one down. Sets it up nice and soft for Steak, but he takes it straight to the corner. Zamwa now lurking in the midfield looking for his opportunity and will lose the challenge as Atomic just puts it past him. Nice fortunate boost pickup here. Can he get it in front for another goal and put the nail in the coffin? 38 seconds left. Zamwa with control. Finch is on the wall. Dementia. Back down. Atomic's going to miss. Here's Steak. Salen reads him. Onto the wall quickly. A neutral challenge. With 18 seconds left, it's all up to the Giants. Stakes to chase this one, manages to get the block, and here's Zamwa with space. Puts it down, and Itachi.
That's a good roll.
Wrap around the corner. If Stakes gotten around again. No, over the top of both of them. An excellent touch from BK Salen will break up that drive. The time has expired. Stakes got to keep it in the air. Doesn't make the touch there. And Queso come back in game 2 to tie the series.
Atomic made an excellent read there at 0 seconds. He took stock of the position of the offense for the other team on the field, and he knew where that pass was headed before that ball was even hit over to him. Picked it off and crushed that ball into the floor. Well played to Atomic, closing that one out. But that was a that was an interesting one, to say the least.
I feel like the strength of Team Queso. I remember, like, you know, this actually, I think this is the first time I've ever casted a Queso match, and I've listened to the other commentators talk about this team, and I've watched them before, but really sitting down and like being in detail and being on their cameras here in game. This is a team that that's core strength is the read, is their ability to see the ball, go in an angle and be like, oh, I know where that's going to be, and I'm going to be there before you are there. Passing, figuring out like how to work together. It's all about just reacting to that ball. That's why they thrive on this strength of just the craziness and the pinches off the wall. And I'm excited to keep on watching them and see how well does that hold up over the course of the series.
I think you're absolutely right about that. You've seen that in effect in this series already a couple of times. Atomic in that previous game, and I think as well in game 1. I mean, he was able to just react to that crazy pinch challenge and pop a goal into the net. So it really isn't the break the defense down with, you know, horizontal tight spaces passing. It is really just brute force it.
One and just being able to see, Demensa's trying to get back down, but just barely doesn't have it as he tried to go for another wall save here for goal number 1.
Oh man, there's your tight space passes. And yeah, definitely an awkward one. And he backflipped too on the goal line. I think he had that if he front flips. Oh no.
The fact that he was actually even as close as he was is kind of surprising. Well, the play that in game 2, I was like, that's the dumbest save I've ever seen. He was in the back of his goal, hit his brakes, stopped, and then intentionally drove onto the inner wall of the goal and then wrapped out of the post to make a save. And it was the most like, I'm committed to this play, I can't stop it, and it's not even the fastest way to get there. It just saves boost,
I have chosen.
Really. That's kind of the advantage. But he was correct on his read. So it was like that was one of the first moments of like, this team, let me just specifically watch the way that they're reading this play, and they're very, very fast. So here's another play though. Demensa,
nice.
A little bit caught on an attack that honestly, had it been on target, would have been goal number 2. Giants putting the pressure on.
And you need solid clears off the wall like that. Hopefully they start getting over the heads of that midfield line so they can get themselves some space to work with over on Team Queso, because the Giants are not shy about shoving. They've pushed every opportunity they've had on offense.
There's Itachi off his backboard. Lots of boost. Wins the challenge and gets a bump. It's up to VK Salen on the backboard. He'll take his time. Get it past 1, but Steak, nice long read, and he gets it to Itachi. Demensa's up quickly before the follow-through could put in the second goal.
There you go.
Long clear to VK. He misses in the midfield, though. Itachi will leave it for Steak. Tries to pass to Zamwa on the outside. Redirected a bit. Now Steak in this corner. Just trying to gain control. VK Salen is, the three-man play, they drop it in. Oh, saved by Itachi. One too many steps gave the defense time to get back.
Yeah, it was that extra bounce on Atomic shot. If he squares that straight into the net, no questions asked, it was a goal. But unfortunately, the bouncer bought the extra time, and Finally, for a moment, Queso got a little taste of offense. Zamway wants a dunk, and he forces Atomic off the line. They bail for Steak, and he nails the top left corner. Look at the pull-off from the man in front of Steak. I think it's Itachi who says, wait, this is yours all the way.
Yeah, and brilliant placement. Both defenders just diving across, guarding the higher percentage shot. And they choose to shoot for the harder shot, and they make it. Well done. 2-0. Giants up in game 3. Demensa and BK having to fall back. One player off the wall. Tachi towards the goal. Sailing. Staked out to Tachi here.
They just don't have a lot. They're trying to do a bunch with a little.
Zamway out to Steak. Atomic's able to touch it before Steak could catch. But now a pass back down to Tachi onto the backboard. Demensa puts it to his corner. Zamway now sets it up for Steak, who's trying to reach it in time on the backboard. VK Salem will close on it in time. On Demensa, lots of space. Pass out to Atomic. He takes all of the space, and Steak now onto the backboard. Going to try to reach this. Puts it into the box, and Demensa has to make the stop. I'm honestly surprised he made the shot.
That was quite an angle to even attempt. I wouldn't even think about trying to hit that one, but that's why I am not on this pitch.
Brilliant. He actually got up between the posts, too. And Demensa had the respect to dive for the save, saying, no, this shot could absolutely happen. As VK Salem to Atomic here, but Steak and Zamway going to get that one out. Now midfield. Steak and Itachi. Around the corner with 1 minute left. Giants took game number 1 and now looking to go to match point in game 3. Atomic slows this. Puts it behind 1. Zamway to the sky, up against Salen. It's off to the edge. It's an Atomic, nice infield pass, but happening in their front third. Lots of space for the defenders to cover it up at multiple layers. With 30 seconds left, Giants, lots of control, and I feel like many more shooting opportunities here.
Yeah.
Stat line would agree with me, 7 to 10, so not a huge margin, but
in this last, margin of time, a minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes, it's kind of been Giants camped out at the midfield line, cycling back and forth, and really didn't give Team Queso any opportunity to try and even think about equalizing.
Ooh. Atomic trying to catch one, but with the clock expiring, game 3 will be concluded. Just a matter of protocols. Vodafone Giants take this one down, and we'll go to game 4. Them on match point, looking to send Queso to the lower bracket.
I want to watch how Vodafone Giants in this next game are able to fairly consistently, it seems like, get such control of Team Queso's corner boosts. I mean, they hit that ball straight towards the backboard all the time, and until the very end of that game, it felt like it was just, all right, it's off the corner, there's kind of a subpar clear, and then they just run over there and took it, and that led to that, just kind of stalemate at the end. And I want to see if that's what they're really doing to keep Queso boxed in.
It very well could be, and I will say Queso's position on defense is generally pretty strong here. The few goals, I think we saw, was it both goals? The defense in a moment of well, there was the first goal was the mistake from Demensa, and then here a bit of we have to dive across this. The defense just
it was a shot to the back post from Steak.
Yeah, in a very rough situation, not necessarily a defensive mistake. I think honestly, Queso's defense has been where they need to be. Their backboard presence is very strong, given how much Giants is trying to use that backboard. So, maybe the boost game is though a place of difference. I feel like it maybe more simply is just coming down to quality of touch.
It could be, but quality of touch, I mean, could be due to who knows what,
Yeah.
Speed, angle, car control.
It's a very simple thing to, it'd be like saying it just comes down to quantum physics, pretty simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Like easy to say, very hard to explain. Or to even know. Demensa and VK Salem try to give the mix up. Itachi doesn't fall for it, puts it into the corner, now into the box, and VK Salem, nice catch. And carry. Pinches off the wall and into the corner. Steak has to go for an awkward save, but Sailing gonna miss in the corner. Grabs the corner boost of the Giants. And then a functional back pass here to Demensa.
But an immediate punt. I don't understand the punt from Demensa. You just did all that work to hold on to the ball. Why would you give it back? Why not
Strongest hit.
Take it on a dribble?
Strongest hit available to him. And there's a world where also I think Queso's strategy here is force Giants to make weird touches in their own corners and eventually they'll miss. Kind of almost like a reworked one strategy of don't go into corners, force them to go into the corners. Oh, that's wide. Steak gets bumped out. Atomic just continues to bully him and then looks to maybe back into this ball. No one was in the position from Queso to take advantage of that. It was a great start to the drive.
Yeah, that's the funny part, because even though they didn't score it, you're a genius, because that's exactly what happened. I mean, they literally just bombed it at 3 players on the Giants defense, and like 2 of them jumped up for it, pulled themselves out of position, they won the next challenge, and had a great shot on net.
Seen him do it a few times. Here's another one. The strategy of just always put it on target. Force them to always have a defender back and force them to always make a good save. Queso's trying. And we're scoreless. 2 minutes into the game. Is that about to change? Here's Itachi, puts it high in a breakaway. Demensa and Atomic maybe too low on boost to immediately chase this one down, but they will win the first challenge. And a demolition onto Itachi will open up a bit of space as well. But Zamway and Steak have other ideas. Itachi spawning in the 3rd man. He pushes up and then has to rotate back as Atomic again just cranks it to the goal.
There's that demo as well.
Yeah.
Previous that slowed down that rotation in the midfield, so it means Giants had to get a little ground pop shot towards net. Zamway able to get there.
For all the work that Queso is doing to try and get Giants to blink on defense, and as much as those blinks are happening in the corners, they're not happening on the goal line, which is kind of a problem for Queso here. As finally they get one pass, and Zamway is able to move from the corner in and block. Across halftime, still scoreless in game 4. Giants with a win here, move forward.
Not a bad touch, but way too high. Itachi recognizing Demensa already in position. Way to cut that down and hold on to the ball. I mean, this is going to be a battle here at the sidewall now.
But high, Itachi. Clears out of his back half, and Atomic now to the corner. He'll grab a boost, look for some bumps. Zones the goalies a little bit, but the rest of his team not able to gain solid enough control to make use of it. 1:38 on the clock, and the most even game we've had yet. Demensa chasing this
he can get that.
A lot of boost, but he couldn't quite reach it, and Atomic covers up the follow-up. Now Zamway not able to gain control, now chasing down Atomic, maybe looking for a demolition just to hound him off, but he puts the shot on target, and Steak's got to make the stop. Follow-ups here, Demensa blocked at the point of contact.
Real nice positioning there for Steak and Zamway. Oh, man. It literally looked like he didn't even slow down on that challenge. He just phased right through Atomic.
He didn't. He at no point hit his brakes here. All gas. Dunks the daylights out of him for goal number 1 and possibly the go-ahead goal of the series.
Maybe even series winner. At this point, this has been a tight one.
Oh, Atomic trying to play ballet and get through them all. Oh, what is he doing?
I mean, you got to give credit to Itachi here. He sees Demensa coming for him, has to peel off and give ground, and Itachi fakes a little air dribble, pulls the string, goes right under him. Ooh.
What a touch, and with 1 minute and 2 left to go, couldn't have come at a better time. Giants now back to the drawing board, got to score to get the lead again. Atomic now off this corner, Zamway has him red, and he'll actually leave it for Steak. They'll try to turn this one in the corner. Sailing, nice challenge here in a bit of space, but goes neutral on the side, and Demensa now in an awkward spot to pass it into his own corner. Itachi's happy to let him do it and set it up for Zamway. Steak gonna be lurking. Itachi comes in up against 2. Here's Steak now, up against 1. They look for the bump of the goalie, but the shot is wide, and Sailing carries it to the corner. 30 seconds remaining. Haven't had an overtime in the last 2 series.
Might not get one.
We might not, though. The Giants continuing to pressure.
Oh, they give it up.
Space. Yeah. Zamway now in this corner. Rough touches there. Demensa to Atomic, blocked in front of the goal. Again, the mistakes in the corner, but perfection in front of the net. Now outside, Atomic, just wide. Overtime, likely. If Salen lets us stay alive, Snake's able to get there on the wall and get 2 touches out of it.
Feeling
Salen
brave.
clears it in front. Itachi sets it up for Zamway, and he has to put it on the ground. Just couldn't quite, didn't have the speed to get under that ball. Overtime in game 4. If Giants score, they win the series.
And that would be tough, but Team Queso really not finding themselves anywhere near as boost starved as they were in the previous game, which is what I was worried about. But Zamway, wow, what a redirect to close it out. Oh my gosh.
What is with the pinch passes today? Itachi to Zamway, that's such a good touch. I genuinely didn't think it was gonna be under the crossbar, but they proved me wrong, and Giants take it in 4.
Whoo! How do you nail that one? I mean, you're right.
No
It's the pinch pass, which is in and of itself awkward enough to try and read, but I mean, coming at the ball from the opposite angle and you float it over the last guy and close it out in 12 seconds, man, that's a shot.
Oh, that was wild. That was, we've seen so many of those pinch passes today. It's been, I don't know, the flavor of Saturday here. And yeah, with man-to-man coverage there, Zamway is immediately covered up on his shot, still manages to put it through the goal on 1 touch. Stake didn't have to come in to finish it off himself and give the defense 1 more chance to get in front of it. So what a way to put it away there. They'll take it in 4 and they'll move forward. Meanwhile, Godsmilla versus Liquid. I'm gonna update this here real fast, just see if that match has resolved. I don't believe so. Oh, it has. Godsmilla's team advances forward to Queso. We'll play them in the lower bracket a little bit later on today. But that does it for now. We've got a quick break. When we come back, Guild back on the pitch taking on Endpoint for their tournament lives. Can they stay alive? We'll find out after the break.